Fine. That kind of sucks. And I guess I'm live. All right. Very good. Things didn't work out as I planned. Oh shit. I didn't think about this either. Yeah, I'm totally prepared for all this, really. Oh, Teresa, we got a 5x5. How about now? Yeah. Yeah. Gum. It's going to be a quick little video, I guess. Yeah. So welcome everyone. Welcome. Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Matt Shad with Sunday Reflections. Sorry about the platform. It's not what I wanted. This is definitely not what I wanted. I wanted to go sideways, but I'm on a mobile phone, so it just doesn't give me that option. I'm like, man, that kind of sucks. But anyway, we're gonna power through, and it's on YouTube. Back to the old school ways of live streaming, no panels, just me and chat, which I miss those days. So I know I haven't done a video in quite some time. I apologize. Just kind of apologize. What's up, Wolfang? Yeah, gloomy. I'm waiting on the snow here. Yep, we're waiting on the snow. I apologize. I'm gonna start doing more stuff, more content. I assure you. But as far as like a set schedule, no. Life comes first right now, and so live stream with no pants. I pants check. I am wearing pants. Look, I am wearing pants. So we got a pants check. It's starting to get cold here too. Really, KP? Okay. Well, yeah, we'll give it a little bit more time. So I named this Sunday Reflections Conditions. So you're probably going to be wondering what that's all about. Let's just say it's very black pill. Yeah, we going black pill tonight. Yeah, so stand by. Get out the tissue, I guess. You might cry a little. Michigan Outpost. Boom. Got 6 inches leg effect already. Damn. Silly Star Animations. Hello. Yeah, weapons free, everyone. Weapons free, weapons free, weapons free. At your discretion. Yes. So it appears that we have got the Red Star clusters went up. So there you go. Weapons free, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to get into this now. People are starting to come in. We got 22 in chat, 8 thumbs up. What's up? Holly. At the Hard Rock Hotel in Atlantic City. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So there's going to be a part in this where I'm going to stop reading chat, but and then just get into what I'm going for here. Conditions. What's up, Pilgrim? Ghost Lincoln. Yeah, here's some beeping in the background. Right. Yeah. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Get him, Teresa. Right. Yeah, walked into the wrong bar. Good kid, Karma. What's up, Caroline? How you doing? Good to see you. And so I guess I can get started here. Yeah, it's 5:30. I want to be done because I don't want to. What's up, Rayanne? How you doing? Skull. I want to say skull to everyone in chat. Skull to everyone that's gonna be coming into chat. Skull. So yeah, we'll see what's up. So yeah, I guess we can get into this. Oh wow, dropped down to 13, 12 people in chat. A lot of people just came in and said nah, and left. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I get to watch it. Yeah. Anyway, Uh, yeah, conditions. Sunday reflections, conditions. Um, when I think about conditions in this aspect, I'm thinking about conditions that are ripe for something. If you've ever heard of like forest fires and things of that nature, right? So for a forest fire to happen, conditions have to be right for ignition, abundant fuel source, dry fuel source, not a lot of rain, some drought, and then all it takes is a spark, something happens and something ignites, and everything for hundreds of acres, you know, creates a massive destructive wildfire that's capable of destroying cities and towns and all kinds of shit. Fire is a very destructive thing, right? So when I think of conditions, that's what I'm thinking of now. That's what I'm speaking in the context of the conditions. So yeah, it's very black pill, as you can tell. The conditions are ripe for for crisis. Conditions are ripe for crisis, extremely ripe. Uh, things like things that are very destabilizing to a social gathering of people, i.e., cities or groups or villages, townships, whatever, is a problem, right? A problem that's going to affect everyone, like a flood or something of that nature, right? And so there's the problem. So what happens with the problem is you get a reaction, right? Okay, there's gonna be a flood here. Yeah, we got that. Reaction is to do uh, some proactive things to drain water or uh, you know no shit, here in Cleveland they have plants that they stick in these special um, water gatherers, huge places, that these plants soak up the water. No shit. That's part of it. Pretty cool, huh? So you start doing the planting thing, and go, okay, well, we need more sewer systems, we need more ditches, whatever case may be, right? So that's being proactive. And then that leads to the solution, right? So the flood comes, and boom, all that water is channeled elsewhere into your neighbors, right, or into the nation next to you. Not my problem. It's yours now, right? And the big HOA of the world. That's how I kind of see the world, as a big HOA. You think about it, it's kind of governed. It's kind of governed like that. It's fucking governed like an HOA. So tell me that's not hell. So the conditions now, as we can, as we all know, some of the things that create social unrest, like, are usually that are quick, are, well, famine. We've all heard about famine throughout history. A famine sets on because locusts descended upon the land and ate everything. It's usually how it happened, or a storm came through and destroyed all the crops, right? Some shit like that, or a fire, a forest fire. What's up, Skull Rabbit? Uh, things of that nature. Uh, but this famine that we're facing today in the United States of America and the rest of the world is a government thing. It's the literally the government gaining production and control of our food supply on a massive scale. Not only us, it's also other foreign entities, right? Right? The Qin dynasty, right? uh, they love, like, what was, they own all the pork producers in America. What the fuck, right? But we all sell to them, So you might have local farmers and things, but they have literally, and they pay people not to grow, right? Uh, and now, can you imagine a a famine, a created famine by the government, through EBTs and snaps and terrible farming, things, uh, things of that nature. You know, a famine is created, and then that's the problem, right? So what is the reaction? The reaction is that everybody is going to rabble and put out crazy TikTok videos of them stuffing steak and shrimp down their fucking yoga pants. I mean, okay, whatever. But it adds to the whole thing, right? It adds to that uh, demoralization. So I keep going back to the subversion, right? Subversion 101, demoralize, dehumiliation. There's steps, right? Demoralization, dehumiliation, or demoralization, humiliation, shaming, things of that nature. All those techniques I put that in the demoralization aspect because that starts to destroy the people's will to fight, right? Demoralized, and that could be done through, obviously we've seen this play out, right? The parade of debauchery, that sashayed and shantaed its way across uh, um, school libraries and naval aircraft carriers, right? Into our schools, and the so it wasn't critical gender theory, right? I guess you could call it critical gender theory being taught to our kids, uh, and now of course there's even a lot worse going, being taught to our kids. So this all sets the stage for that demoralization, and of course, higher taxes, more regulations, regulate me harder, daddy, that we went through. Who had to wear a mask? I mean, that's the thing. Are you an essential personnel? I mean, all these questions came up, all these demoralizing things. What do you mean I can't go out? I the social pressures and the that played upon everybody because everybody started self-policing themselves, self-governing. You wear your mask, damn it! You're gonna kill grandma, right? You better get your jabberjew, right? You better get that thing, man. You better don't kill grandma, right? Grandma's dead anyway. Mario Como killed him. So that was simple, right? That's the demoralization part, and of course with the chomos, right? The chomos and the literally the fringe society, a fringe group of society that has been like given the voice of the majority. What? How's that work? Who gives a fuck? Right? I could care less about free whatever. Freeing Willie, freeing roast beef, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But dude, you do you, boo. To quote Rescue, right? What's up, Miko Wolf? What's up, Loretta? But it's continuously pushed. Johnny Highwoods, what's up? Then you have the social media industrial complex, the entertainment industrial complex. We thought it was just the military industrial complex. No, it's everything, and they have been working on us for a very long time, actually, to absolute demoralize us. And what does demoralization lead to? Destabilization. Demoralization and then destabilization, right? Destabilization is where things start to ravel, and we face this, right? Things don't work right. Things just don't work. And because of the demoralization and now the destabilization, what do you mean there's no power? And what do you mean there's no more gas? And it's just what do you mean I can't pay my bill without getting a biometric scan? What are you talking about? I can't renew my license without submitting actual biometric scans of myself. What do you mean I gotta authenticate my taxes? That's where it started. Certain things. Now it's companies, banks, institutions, that are requiring more and more biometrics. What's up, Trent? What's up, Vision? Good to see you. Let's go. They're requiring this. It's like their policy, right? Their worldwide policy. It's not a law. It's not a law, but if you want to do banking, online banking, hey, go ahead and authenticate yourself. By the way, we are going to be sharing all this intel and data that we've gathered from you, your whole biometrics, everything, right? Your credit score, which of course, will lead to the social credit score. Anyway, I'm kind of foreshadowing a little bit. Destabilization. Things don't just start not working, right? All your administrative and logistics things. We've seen that, right? Trucking went down dramatically. Shipping and receiving got a hit so hard, and things started to happen because of that. More tyranny, inject more tyranny on that corporate level. And all the while, creating that replacement migration, which creates more of that conflict, which carries on with the whole demoralization part. Now things are destabilizing. So that's where we are. We are at the end of the destabilization point. We are, if you want to, it's I never see it as a black and white line. It's more like a gray line. We are in the middle of destabilization and crisis. Demoralization, destabilization, crisis, and then all out tyranny, right? Over here. If you think about like a scale, right? So, right, we are halfway into literally on the cusp, on the edge of crisis. On the edge of crisis. And it's by design. The conditions are ripe for it now. They have been setting the stage, setting the conditions for quite some time, and they're ready. But we can stop it. We can hedge our bets. That's why we prep. That's why this whole prepper thing, are you prepping? What do you mean prep? I'm preparing. Yes, I'm preparing. I'm creating plans. I'm creating, what's up, Bonnie? I'm creating an admin and logistics to carry me forward into whatever shift may happen, right? And it could be war. It could be famine. It could be war, famine, and financial collapse, right? Scuttle. It could be war and famine go together. War, famine, and pestilence, right? That's it, right? The whole four horsemen thing, right? That's truth. That's what happens. That is the threats that we face as human species. Any sentient being, actually, but we more so than anybody else in the on this planet Earth. I say anybody else, any other sentient beings, because we like war, and we, the majority of, we go to war for all kinds of crazy, stupid shit, right? Right, Pilgrim. So yeah, we have this the beginnings of a famine. The absolute beginnings of a famine. We have the absolute beginnings of a financial crisis. Our money is shit, and it's going down quick, right? And everybody's like, "Oh, inflation's not." Yeah, inflation's fucking real as fuck. Are you kidding me? And it's a cascading effect, or I'd say it's a pyramid building, a crescendo, where it just boom, right? We know that this is what happens because of the conditions that are set. These things arise and become real with the conditions. You have such incompetence all the way through most corporations, most management, most of our Congress and Senate, right? I mean, our whole fucking federal government is nothing but incompetence and corruption, right? They have been working hard and worming their way in, with little or no pushback. Now they're starting to get fired. See, that's the thing too, is at any point of the subversion, during the subversion, except for the final the final step. That's a lot harder. We can turn it all around. And we're watching in real time as certain EOs and certain pushes, these nefarious characters in the background that are pulling on the strings. We're watching them fail and be ousted. So or not just them, but their helpers, all the ones that are connected to. So we are seeing a slight unraveling of their system, but they live in that chaos. You understand? They thrive off that chaos. Because of the chaos, they're really good at navigating chaos. They're like sharks drawn to blood in the water. Like, yeah, chaos, right? And they descend upon the chaos and make it worse. And that's where the trafficking comes from. That's where imagine that you're in a war-torn zone and you are invisible and you can literally kill anybody that you see in this war zone. That's how they operate, right? So, but once you see them, oh, there he is. You can start to target them, right? They've unmasked themselves, and so what we are seeing actually is a bit of a kind of death thralls, but they know they can always retreat back to the underneath a rock or some shit, and kind of hibernate for 50 to 100 years, and then they'll raise their ugly head again, right? So what's up, Space? What's up, brother? How you doing? Let's go. So they understand that the conditions have to be met before they can move forward, right? You kind of look at it like a farmer. He's got a large field of dirt out there, and he has to make the conditions ripe for him to plant and get a successful harvest, right? But their goal is not to, you can say their goal is to harvest. They want to enslave and or murder and enslave all of us. They get to choose. So, of course, that's why the push is towards 15-minute cities. That's why the push is going to, remember I said the problem, reaction, solution. If a financial thing comes, well, hey, we've got the perfect solution. How about this digital currency that we're just trying out here? Yeah, how about that? How about you sign up for, this digital currency, this government sanctioned digital, to solve all our problems. Now you got to do the whole biometrics thing. It's going to be 10,000% more monitoring and less of your privacy because, well, obviously, what's up, half-ass ready? How you doing? See where this goes? This is how the problem, reaction, solution. Oh, we got a perfect solution for you. I just want to make sure that's not me. Could be. I don't know. Let's see. No, it's not me. I'm not gonna mute it. Yeah. Crime goes up exponentially. Johnny High Woods, what's going on? Semper Fi, that's right. And Skull to all you veterans out there. That's right. Veterans Day is coming up. Thank you for your service and sacrifice, Skull. And to those who have fallen, and those who still serve and have served, Skull. And, of course, there's another day, back in 1775. That's right, when my Marine Corps came alive. That's right. So, Skull to all you Marines out there. Hoorah! Yet. Hoorah! From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Right now, I'm not going to, but I will be singing that song a lot. That's right, 250 years. That's right, right, half-assed. We finally were 250 years old. Yeah, United States Marine Corps, Ton Tavern. got started in a bar. Yeah, that's right. A tavern. So the conditions are right. The panoctagon is already set up. You know what the panoctagon is? A panoctagon was a concept of a new prison, whereas there was a circular prison facing inward, all the cells facing inward, and in the middle of the prison was a guard tower, just one guard tower, and it had a light, and it could shine its light by doing a 360 on any cell, because they all faced the center, and that it could monitor a cell at a time, whatever. This was the idea of the panoctagon, and that the idea was right. And there's guys in there with binoculars, and they're like looking at you and taking notes and shit, you know. Lee Marvin loved bars, yeah. And so you didn't know if you were being watched or not. You never knew. You just kind of assumed that they're watching my every move. And they found, because they've built some of these prisons, right? They found that people act differently when they're being watched. We do. We act differently if we're being watched. Everybody does. You're on notice. Okay, right? You know, for me, that's you know, I'm doing the whole boom. I'm rolling my shoulders back, sticking out my chest, and putting my thumbs on my trouser seams. You know, and pulling my head back, getting that 1,000-yard stare. Make sure my cover is too blocked. Right? You know, make sure my gig line is straight, and you know, make sure my walk is good. Right? The whole military bearing. That's what it is for me, right? So we're well aware of that, but it's also likened to what's the first thing a kid does, and like you parents out there, you know what a kid does before it tries to do was thinking about doing something bad. Like I'm gonna reach up there. 5-year-old is saying, I'm devising a plan right now in my head to reach up there and grab a cookie out of the cookie jar. I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to do it. So the first thing they do is they look around. Am I being watched? Oh crap, there's mom. Okay, maybe I'm just going to walk away now, right? No, right? That's how people react. But now we know that everything is watching us. We're being watched and monitored in 10,000 ways. For one, the phone, right? The flock technology, the satellites above our heads. That's easy shit right there. But you know, the flocks, the phones, our own appliances, our cars are all being watched and monitored. You know, at all times. At all times. Our financial records are being monitored. Our medical, everything is being monitored. Our locations, our comings and goings, right? And also our social media. Yes. Our thoughts and opinions. Yeah. That's all being monitored, all being compiled. And yes, there's a file on each and every one of us. Yep. Even if we have no name to them. They will assign us a name. The conditions are right. The conditions are right for them to create a crisis, whereas they can provide a solution. The solution will never, ever be good for you. It will create tyranny. That's the way it works in the government, in any governmental form. Is they provide a solution that gives you more security. Insurance. As opposed to freedom. Well, if you're worried about, you know, there's no money, well, we just going to go ahead and make our own money again. We've done it once already, right? Fiat currency. Yeah. Jekyll Island. See what I'm talking about here? What's up, Ronnie? They had been working on these conditions for a long ass time. Now the conditions are right. The planets are aligning. They've done all the necessary rituals and sacrifices. It is time now for them to implement the next stage, which will lead us into a crisis. If that works, now, mind you, all this is a gamble, and they make two. It's kind of like for them, their efforts are one step forward, two steps back. Sometimes they take one step forward, and it turns out to be 10 steps. Ooh, that really worked. Oh, right? Tyranny requires compliance. Without compliance, there is no tyranny. So the conditions are right. There's enough people out there that are fucking idiots. The majority of the people of the world are fucking idiots. Like, idiocracy is there. You've seen it. You've talked to these people. You've seen that blank stare in their eyes. Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this guy? He can't. I bet he can't tie his shoes and you look down, he's wearing Crocs, right? Can't tie your shoes in the morning. Yeah, they just wear Crocs, right? Crocs and sweatpants. What's up, zombie? What's up, coffee? So yes, there has to be some type of conflict, a war, a civil war, a civil unrest, a riot, a nationwide riot. This is the same playbook over and over and over of subversion. It's nothing new under the sun. So what did we do? So how do you negate that? It is, if you look at history, those who have taken the second to step back and go, you know what? I need to prepare for the future. Now we're at the inevitable stage. We know what's going to happen. It's only a matter of when. We can turn it around, and it's not as extreme as it would be after the last stage. Because you know what they say. You vote yourself into communism, and you have to shoot your way out of it. Right. So it would be more violent and more extreme, and to get out of that. So we're at that point in that subversion scale, the subversion gauge, if you will. Like you're looking at the gauge on your car, RPMs or whatever, fuel, your fuel, right? We're almost there. We can go either way. That's where we are. We're about to go into crisis. There's going to be a crisis. There's going to be a war. There's going to be some type of thing, social unrest. And that could be from anything. The conditions are right for all of it. So those that prepare, those who stock, that put away something for a rainy day, that have a contingency in place, those who are self-reliant, and as long as they don't have to move or evacuate, they can do rather well. Even though there's those also as well that have to evacuate, that have the mindset as well. It's all about that mindset. They will survive, right? There's so many. What's up, Diabolical Debbie? What's up? That's how these ghost towns get started, by the way. But yes, that's it, folks. That's conditions are ripe. Imagine a grid down scenario right now. We're about to have our first snow. The temperatures are going to drop into the 20s and the 30s, right? We know this. Winter is coming. Imagine a financial crisis or a power outage, a power crisis. Just something simple. Very, very simple. Right? Grid down situation for a week. all major financial institutions just got hacked, and your bank account is sitting at zero. Everyone's bank account is sitting at zero because they stole all the money. It's going to the Nigerian prince. You know, no one should wear Crocs. There's Croc wearers out there, so I mean, it's not for me. But hey, if I'm okay with it, right? I'm okay with it. So I was gonna make this short, and I think I am too. I got dinner and I got to piss. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna leave you and go pee real quick and then come back. And please feel free in the comments to tell me your thoughts. Okay, I've returned. That's it, right? That's it. I see that diabolical Debbie. That's it, right? Oh, you're going to have a financial collapse. Okay, well, guess what? We got the CBDC. Here you go. Boom. Yeah, yep. Choices, decisions, problems, reactions, solutions. Yes, you see the madness in their method now. And this is these conditions have been being worked on for quite some time. Yeah, it's possibility, Ghost Lincoln. This came from my old job, one of their office chairs in the plant I used to work at. What's up, Yoda? Stella, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. And it's not. We are just now going through this, and so if you think about the timing of this, we are on the verge of crisis. Britain, Canada, they've all went through their crises. They're starting. Britain and Europe are going through their crisis right now. Canada is really, really close. Canada might just upset the whole paradigm just by, Alberta going, sovereign. That would be amazing. See, that would be an extreme, reset that would actually work. Kind of, it would set their plans back, a long ways. They'd have to rethink their strategy, which is kind of what they face, right? Is they know at any point in time, us freedom loving people of this earth, not just America especially, that we can just say no. We're not dealing with your bullshit, and we're going to eradicate you off this plane of existence. They know that because what they're proposing is so evil and ludicrous. Their goals, their idea of a perfect utopian society where they are in charge and we are just the enslaved, the expendables. Totally. That is what they want for the population of the planet. It's not a conspiracy, it's the truth. Yeah. So, folks, yeah, enslavement in every aspect of your life. Think about that. Every aspect of your life, your financial, your movements, your traveling. Nah, son, you on lockdown, bruh. You on lockdown. You on that 15-minute. You got a timer. You've been out for 10 minutes now. You got 5 minutes to get to your final destination, or they're gonna sick the dogs on you because you spent a little bit too much time at the at the Starbucks. Yes, there will be Starbucks in this communist utopian. Mm. Little food porn here, folks. There you go. So go check out Vision Preparedness. Please share your video that you're going to be doing here rather shortly. What's up, Hutch? Yeah, right. I like that. Who's worse, the person who sells their soul or the person who buys it? Ooh. Yep. So yeah, folks, I leave you with that vision. Share your channel for me, please. Anybody's blue, folks. Drop your links. Shameless plugs for everyone. If you're blue, you know what to do. If you're not, then you're not. You can just ask somebody's blue, and they'll drop it for you. So yeah, share your videos, share your channels, sub to everyone. That's what I say. Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to eat this amazing dinner. Wow. Ooh. Yeah. The taste of, whoa, I'm not going. Yeah. I'm going to put this down. So the person who sells it, I don't know. Maybe I'll stick around and watch this debate. Who is worse? Right. Thank you, Shad. Yeah. And yeah, those who are prepared to weather the storm that comes, do okay. Whether they're stationary and self-reliant or they're mobile and savvy, right? Those who are prepared do a lot better than everybody else during a crisis. And history has shown that many, many times. So, yeah. I'm going to leave y'all with that. And as we go into this new week, happy Veterans Day, happy Marine Corps birthday. Find a veteran and say, what's up? Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your service. Thank you for putting your life on the line. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you all for hanging out with me on Sunday Reflections. I hope you all have a great week. As great as you can, right? Yep. Have a good night.